between 1 and 7?
6.
6. Then between 1 and 30?
25.
The end. Have we had the end recently? Yeah. Think of another number.
Let's make it 18. 618.
18 is tabletop. Table.
Well, that's worthwhile, isn't it? So when John Casey rings you and asks you if you'll judge the MDC, say yes, yes, and you just will get this wonderful chocolate fish because they're still making them. Yeah, that was great to see the variation of interpretation on depth. And we'll probably get the same variation with oil, I'm sure. So now we're going to look at the PIs and the prints of the C grade. And so I'll just introduce myself again. Joe Curtis, a member of the club, APSNZ. So I started at C grade with you guys when I was here to start with, and learnt everything I know about photography from all the people that you've heard from. So it's all this interaction that we have with each other that helps us to make better photographs, and that's what we're here for. So we have 25 images. Oh, hang on, there's 2 in the print, and then in the PI there's 25, and I've given 11 awards. So what I'm looking for are all the things that concern me about an image, you know, the wow factor, the communication, the composition, technical factor. But the main thing that I've been concentrating on in assessing these images is what John Suckling has been teaching us and what Ian Walls talked about tonight, is, you know, what is it about? And so the making of the better photos, John wants to know what's it about, or does it evoke a feeling? That's what I've been looking for in each of these images. Keeping the main thing the main thing. Arranging the 4 edges so that you've got the space that you need, or as tight as you need to bring across the feeling that you want to share with us. Eliminate or minimize anything that's distracting. And the 5th thing that John suggests is to look for ways to highlight or enhance the main thing. So there might be a bit of editing that is required there, or in camera when you're actually looking at the image and making, before you press the shutter button. Just one thing that I thought I'd share with you, if you can see this. Here's something that John Suckling taught me years ago. I made this photograph of my granddaughter, and then John asked me, well, what's it about? Can you all see that little picture? I'll just leave it down here. You can see it later if you like. But for me, it's a great example, and I go back to it often because he said to me, yes, but what is it? What is it that it's about? And he gave me a few hints. I did put that in a competition and it didn't get anywhere. And I make these little books about images that have received awards. And I changed it to this, the one on the right. So I can't show you just that because it's in a book. It's the only print I have. So you see what I've done from that first image. I've taken the edges in so that the image becomes what the story or what it's about. And it's about her expression, her eyes, the blueberries on her lips. And suddenly I've got a beautiful triangle there that's very strong. And so then when I put this image, changed from that other one, I received awards. So this is PSNZ, the National Exhibition, picked up an award there, and in this other book it's picked up another award. So certainly pays. It paid for me to listen to what John was saying, but I actually didn't agree with him when he first told me. I thought, what? But listen to what people are suggesting. You might want to change a few things. Have a look at it. You may still disagree, but then if you do agree, then you've learnt something that could be long living. And another thing that I do when I'm at home, I've just made these two little bits of cardboard, and on my screen I'll move them in or out to frame the image. So say it's my face, I've got all of that in the image. Well, I don't need all of that, so bring it in, and you might only want, one eye in your image, or that part of the face, or this part of the face. So on your screen, if you just get two bits of cardboard, 90 degrees, I don't know, is that something that you already knew or might be useful to you? But that's one way I find useful to change the edges so that the main thing is the main thing. So with that, let's go and talk about these images. I just need to get around here to do that. Through here? No, round the back. We have to do this a little differently tonight because I don't have another computer with the words on it. So this is what I saw here. Watching the concentrated skill of the surfer and his pending slide into the ocean would have been exciting. You have certainly caught that moment. Arrange the edges to keep me involved in this main thing. I suggest you arrange the top right and bottom edges closer to the action. Leave the left-hand side as it is for the eye to move the board through the scene. The shutter speed could have been higher to capture the freeze the moment. A little editing on the black wetsuit may give us more detail to view. I commend you for being out there capturing this action. Something has caught the attention of the birds, a well-titled image. The birds are the main thing. Let's arrange the four edges to make them more dominant. Bringing top, right and bottom edges in will do that. To me, the framing could be tilted slightly to the left to make the water ripples horizontal as they would occur naturally. There appears to be dust spots to the left of the bird's beak. Removing that will bring my eyes back to concentrate on the birds. They positioned themselves well, so you were able to capture a good view of their body shape and colouring. Okay, and that's the two prints that we had in C grade this time. Thank you for going to the effort of printing them so we can see them up on the wall. Here we go. So, Prague evening facades. I can see why those facades caught your eye. Great contrast in shadow and bright. Defining light of the afternoon, you chose to eliminate the distractions of the street. Well done. I see the sky as a distraction too. My suggestion to make this a stronger image would be to bring the edges of the image to the main thing, the facade. The corner building then will sit on the right third, and the whole image will become a geometric feast. The beautifully graceful arum lily. Your composition is perfect, with a hint of leaf waving across the bottom as well as on the upper third. The orange spadix and inner curl of the spathe are in focus and hold my attention. You have successfully made this the main thing. I would enjoy this image more if it was lighter. In your editing suite, lift the exposure of the flower to give it life. The narrow edge of the field and composition has been well thought out. Alone in a wide open space. This is definitely the emotion evoked in this image, present and receptive to their surroundings. This is a great example of a tiny subject working well in a big scene. To take this to a higher level, may I suggest you crop the blown out cloud at the top of the image. Bring the top edge down to the ridge line we see through the cloud. A little structure in editing on the remaining cloud will allow my eye to settle back on the subject sitting on the table. The brightness of the cloud is competing for my attention. Perhaps also bring the left edge in just past the bright spot on the foreground hill. That spot distraction will be gone then, and also the darker colour hue up that left-hand side. You have shaped this image well, waiting for the light to shine behind the subject, enhancing the silhouette. Natural bridge. A fabulous to be rock hopping at that venue. The wonder of all the gushing water is definitely worth capturing. You mention a bridge. I see a strong image when the edges are brought in to guide my eye to that bridge. I suggest you make the image more vertical. Let the water flow down through the image. Keep the main thing. I suggest you take anything away that does not enhance the feeling you wanted to capture. To me, the people at the balustrade on the left are distractions, as is the concrete. The sky at the top right takes me out of the image, leaving the two groups of people on either side of the beautifully silky water adds to give scale to the scene, as well as create a strong triangle leading to the foreground action that was well timed. The Wanaka tree at sunset. That blue and pink band in the eastern sky just after sunset is beautiful. Belt of Venus. It's created from the Earth's shadow against the pink glow of the scattered red light opposite the setting sun. You will have held your camera very still to capture this lovely light, or used a tripod. It was a lovely, still evening. For me, the main thing is the colour, not the tree. Bring the edges in to eliminate the distraction of the rocks in the foreground and Mount Iron on the left. Then the tree is the foreground interest. Location on a wash of colour in the sky, the water, and on the trees on the right. It was a beautiful evening to be out there. Serenity. Your subject is sitting in a serene pose. Subtle light drifting from the top left outlines the features. To me, the image would hold my attention more if it was lighter. When making the photo, check that the histogram is showing you the range of light you wish to capture. This image also looks very grainy. Ask a fellow photographer how to adjust this in an editing program. The two obtuse lines on the right give energy to the angle of the right arm, making a strong triangle. Cool abstract. This indeed is a cool abstract. Getting up early to see and feel the frost frozen under the clear sky is worth it. I suggest you use a longer focal length when close to the subject. That way, more of the subject will be in focus for me to enjoy. We may still have more of these early morning frosts before summer for you to go and experiment with your camera. Summer batch. As the sun goes down on the warm summer evening, the glow on the rocks, sand, and houses lends a welcoming light to the scene. Well captured. From your title, you are leading me to Summer Batch. To make this image much stronger, I suggest you crop down from the top to the batches, in from the left to the 3 points of interest on the beach, just past the pole. To me, that is where the magic of the main thing is. The circle of stones, the abandoned fire pit, the long seats, these all show evidence of activity. This more compressed view gives me a sense of nostalgic beach days and nights. Snow Heights. Action-packed image. The feeling I receive from this image is one of awe. I see the snowboarder skillfully executing a maneuver. To elevate this image to a high award, I suggest you treat this as the main thing. To enhance the athlete, take the left edge of the frame in to touch the first snow and the top down to above the particles of flying snow. This will maximize the action. A little more exposure on the body to give us more detail to view would be an advantage too. Well done to capture this action. Shadows from the past at Sumner Beach. You have created an interesting double image incorporating the beach stroll and a ghostly presence from the past. This evokes a sense of history and remembered presence. When photographing the ocean with the horizon, always straighten that line, either in camera or when editing. I think a crop to remove the green bag from her hand will make the image stronger. That one lone gull watching them brings them to life. Hidden gem. Here is a long view over a crop paddock, through the golf course to the low tide in the harbour. Beyond the forested hills and Quail Island sit the hills toward Littleton. You see a hidden gem. You have given me lots to look at. There could be lots of hidden gems here. Arranging the 4 edges to eliminate anything distracting from the main thing would lead me to the hidden gem. The distant island and the hillside are milky and have lost detail. The foreground crop paddock is bright and could do with darkening down, as I think the gem is in the golf course, where those people are enjoying the manicured bright greens and strong shadows on the freeways. Stone art. A balmy summer scene along the Avon. I see a fresh foliage tree, a stone a stone sculpture, and a bright reflection to the left in the water. As your title points to the rocks, a crop into the sculpture will eliminate the other major distractions. This will keep me focused on the main thing. There is lovely side light on these rocks, and the shadows created add to their shapes. Winter Jewel. A cool, calm scene. As you have the scene placed in the frame, I see two images. One is the southern end of Ben O'Hare Range, and the other is the clear water towards the canal. It is a captivating scene. I'm looking for the jewel. That is the main thing. To find this, I moved the edges of the image to make one image. The top edge down just above the road. Left side of the edge of the dark blue ripple to eliminate any sky. The right edge to the post by the willow trees. This is a severe crop and leaves me with the liquid turquoise marine shimmering jewel. The subtle rocks submerged in the foreground add to the inviting scene. Sam. This looks like a happy day out. Sam and the photographer may know each other, may have been skiing. A calm, overcast day is a good time to be out on the slopes. He has ski wrap-round glasses. He appears to be holding a cell phone, not poles. In order to elevate this image to award level, more would have to be obvious about this narrative. A good record of your time on the slopes. You have captured a happy gesture and a smile. Score 3. This is the beginning of the acceptances. Arrowtown's Autumn Beauty. Commended, yes. Yes, my apologies, commended. Thank you, Alan. Autumn Beauty. Yes, indeed. This little building at the historic police camp offers visitors a glimpse into Arrowtown's Gold Rush era. Also shows the conservation replanting efforts in the area. A popular spot for autumn photographs. Your image shows the beginnings of colour in the valley. I wonder if the sky is necessary in this part of the narrative. During the day, it is near impossible to see this cottage as vehicles are parked up front by those rocks. Good on you for going back after hours when the area cleared and the internal lights accompanying the outside colour. Bud opening to sunflower. The feeling you have evoked for me is that of the passage of time with the opening of the beautiful sunflower. Movement in slow motion. You certainly have your subject as the main thing, and you have eliminated or minimized any distractions. You may like to soften the tone of the background leaf on the left. The detail of the seed formation in the center gives me an ordered texture to concentrate on. Castle Hill. This image gives me a feeling of a mix of chaos and grandeur. The way you have stretched the capture of this scene shows creativity and innovation. The chaotic clouds, bright sun, warm valley, and rounded rocks all add to an exciting discovery while walking in this area. The little patch of daisies on the right add a soft contrast to the scene. Tranquil sunrise. A calm winter scene before dawn. Lovely to witness the muted calm before the sunrise, being with it a bustle of another day of bright colour and noise. That should have been bringing with it bright. A moment of relaxation and breathing out in the quiet. Everything is where it should be in this image. Contours. An abstract landscape. This may be a happy accident or a well-controlled, deliberate piece of artwork, an etching. You have taken me to a fantasy place of rich texture and vivid colour. Thank you. The sweeping, rich indigo and violet slopes may be enhanced a little with more exposure. The recognisable tree on the thirds is a grounding, familiar shape. Old maid, new maid. This image certainly had me wondering about the building's history and its use now. The mono look enhances the geometric shapes seen here. From the flower boxes to the cracked fonts, to the new curved shans, to the graffiti. You have kept Paddy McNaughton's The Main Thing, and the added optional extras are for me to explore and add to the story I create. River Express. So we're on highly commended. You have presented me with a slice of life in this village, this water village in Borneo. You're showing me how the implied slow pace of life with these ancient river buildings and structures coexists with a communications tower and the fast, brightly coloured motorboats. Your editing, while creatively increasing the colour intensity, suggests a busy and modern way of life. You timed that motorboat leaving the scene perfectly. All tied up. Certainly evokes a nostalgic feeling from old sailing days. These ties on an old sailing vessel are enhanced by the use of monochromatic treatment. You have created a more simplified graphic look. The shimmering water and calm ocean as you sail beside the land creates a sense of freedom and awe of the quiet journey. Axed. Whack. This action image is fabulous. The concentration of the woodcutter, his eyes on the immediate strike, his previous cut and the axe head sharp. You can see where he's going with this. The flying pieces of wood and chips to his right may have come from another contestant. Definitely you have the main thing. By darkening the background and softening the onlookers, you have kept my eyes on the contestant. The making of longevity noodles. I watched a video about these noodles being made. It's a complex and lengthy process. These people are extremely skilled. You have captured a pertinent moment in their production. The composition is just right. The wave of noodles leading my eye to the maker. A well-timed capture creating a valuable image. It's not a spelling competition. This fire eater is creating a dazzling display. You have captured the actions and controlled the framing of your image well. Your shutter speed has frozen the moment he has extinguished the fire in his mouth, open, showing us the result. You have kept the main thing, the main thing. Your clever use of distortion reduces the background to look like heat waves. Creative and innovative editing gives this moment of capture a high award. Oh, that's all. Oh. Well, thank you, everyone. Diana, we've got some certificates to give out. Have to excuse my spelling, folks. I'm a very creative speller. I am. I had to read spelling the same word 6 different times on some occasions, and they all thought they spelt it the right way. Diana.
So which ones are you giving out there?
We are giving out the PIs.
PIs, okay.
Yes. Which one comes first? This one. Yes. Arrowtown. Lucy, is that Lucy? Lucy. I have to take those off. Lucy, are you here? No, well, congratulations, Lucy. Bud opening to Sunflower, Judy Kirk. Castle Hill, Simon Hayes. Well done, congratulations. Tranquil Sunrise, Shirley Wilson. Contours, Robin Jacobson. Well done. Old made new, made old, Simon Hayes. Yeah, well done. River Express, Borneo, Desmond New. All Tied Up, Carl Smith. Keen on sailing? Axed, Anthony York. The Making of Longevity Noodles, Desmond New. And On Fire, Anthony York. Thank you, Diana. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is a bit of promotion for the rest of the month, which isn't many days left. But the 24th of September, which is today, the National Natural History PI, the third one, is due. So if you haven't got that in yet, rush home and do it. 30th of September, MDC, that is due, and it's oil. Coming up on Wednesday, the 1st of October, 7 p.m. Nicola, do you want to say anything else about your program? No? Looks like a good one. Thank you for putting that together. And at 8 o'clock, the competition critique will be for the PI number 8. And John Suckling, are you still here? Yes, you've still Sunday the 5th for a walk? Okay, and more of that information will come on the Facebook page, is that we? Okay.
I didn't invite anyone to suggest where to go the next time. I'm still open. I've got something in the back of my mind, but
Okay, so if you,
someone else just flick me an email.
and if you get no suggestions, we'll go where you say.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
find somewhere really awkward to get to.
All right. Okay, so there it is, all open. Give John a good suggestion of an exciting place you think we should go to. Right. So that brings tonight's evening to an end. So I'd just like to thank Gordon and Alan and Andrew on sound and effects. And thanks, Alan, for letting me sit there and read my comments. I'm not sure who opened or who's put... Oh, you did? Oh, thank you. And supper? Was that you as well? Oh, thank you very much.
He's not here at the moment, so...
No, so you're it. Great. Thanks for putting your hand up and doing that. And Ian and John for the 7 o'clock session, answering those questions. Yeah, it's really worthwhile. Thank you. And I'd like to thank Francesca for putting those certificates together for me. Thank you very much. So good night, everyone, and drive safely home.